Her name is Qiaoshan Yu, or you could call her Xiao老师. She's from Beijing.
Hello， 大家好，我是小乔老师。今天我要带大家来渲染做吸氧机下河岸边的一个比较唯美的水彩风景。
Oh, hello everyone. My name is Xiao. You could call her Xiao. In translation into English is Little Bridge. So if it's too hard for you to remember, maybe you can remember Little Bridge. So we have the privilege to learn from her on how to paint this beautiful landscape. She has published some books about watercolor, bringing watercolor to travel. There's one on the right, and then Hui Jian is meeting you through art, through drawing and painting. So that's the second book. She's also the founder of her school, and she has been teaching with the school for over 10 years. And she also graduated from an art school in university in Beijing. Okay, so you can see all these are work that she did with workshops and lessons for her students over the years. We have the privilege with Xiao Lao Shi, Little Bridge, nickname in English. And this is a clip that she did for our plein air painting in Beijing. So this is where we went. I don't know if some of you who went to Beijing are here with us. Does this look familiar to you? So we had a whole group of people. Well, that's our group here, as you can see. Some of our artists. I see Karen, Francesca, Shanka. So the next clip you're going to see is taken at the symposium in this art museum, where we had the art symposium exchange with, I believe altogether there were 6 or 7 artists painting at the same time. We also have this clip on our website under the Chinese, the event, under event, Chinese art trip. It's called Chinese art trip. Yeah, you get to feel it, to see what it's like. You see we have many people, and actually during the time where they had the symposium, there was background music playing at the same time. So this is Andy, I believe, a fly cat painting figures, and then this lady, Fu Yu Lao Shi, she painted lotus, and that's Lei and Harsh from UK that came with us for Qingdao, and then we went to Beijing for a couple of days. As you can see, each has a different painting, and some painted a snow mountain, some painted houses, Lei painted an indoor. So it was a beautiful morning that we had. So as you can see, the way she paints in the flowers, right? She used a very light pink color, and she's dipping it in an irregular shape, and some areas are larger with more water, and then some she just put in some dots and lines to connect them.
水分相对的多一点，这样的话它比较容易和颜色之间比较容易进行来去晕染，所以在第一个颜色没有干的时候，就加上第二个颜色，这样颜色它们就能够晕染到一起。
So, and before the color dries up, you can add in more concentrated color to let it blend and bleed naturally.
所以在画的过程始终都要理解，都要去把控它的最基本的一个形体特征来进行运用。
So as you paint, pay attention at the shapes and the unique characters of this kind of flowers or whatever flowers you'll be painting or plants. Take care of the shapes and is characteristic.
第一遍是一个比较偏暖粉，第二遍是一个比较偏亮粉，第三遍在叠加的时候就深颜是偏紫的、偏冷的，所以可以理解是由暖，第一个是由暖来到冷的过程。
Oh, so as you saw, the first wash that she used was a very light pink, almost in a very warm tone, a bit of yellowish or orange pink. And then the second layer is more vibrant pink, right? And then the third, it becomes colder with a purple color. As you can see, the first wash is very diluted, right? And then the second wash is stronger. And then the third wash is almost like a coffee or cream, even stronger, the concentration. And not only the tonal value changes among these 3 washes, but also the color went from warm to medium to cold. Okay, so this is how she painted the flowers that's overhanging the walls, and the same way you do for plants as well, for irregular shapes, and take care of the character, the unique character of the plants, and then you go with the same rhythm. So also pay attention on the brush strokes, how she does it from all directions. It goes to the upper direction, to sideways, left and right, and the bottom. Later, we're going to demonstrate to you the whole plants, the whole trees. And you have to pay attention at the directions or movements of the leaves and where is it tilting or leaning towards, and how to use your brush to manipulate your brush to capture these subtle characteristics. Also, as you saw, at some parts where she had to lift up her brush almost perpendicular to the paper, and then some areas you will tilt it, slant it, and some almost at the same level as the paper. So I think especially for the Chinese people or artists who are used to Chinese calligraphy, as I'm seeing, the way she carries her brush almost sometimes like if you were to write Chinese calligraphy. Let's see, right now she's holding it more upward, right, straighter, more perpendicular to the paper.
像我们画这一团草的时候呢，一定把它就是当成一个球状的，先晕染后叠加，先晕染出它的体积，后再来它的层次变化。
Oh, so when you tackle this ball of grass, it looks like a ball, right? The shape of a ball. So your very first wash will paint more or less the ball shape, the round shape. And then you will gradually add in the textures, the spiky part that's sticking out from all directions, right? And then now she's moving on to another type, another shape. Yeah.
像我叶子的时候呢，我们可以整个分成3种颜色，一种是一个偏黄绿黄的，一个偏比较深绿的，就是你可以理解为就是3个绿的颜色，在盘中尽可能的调和出3个不同的颜色出来。这样的话，我们在对比的时候比较容易的让颜色更多变一些。
更丰富哈，对。So as you can see right now, the 3 types of leaves has 3 different colors. So before you painted them, you can actually mix the 3 different colors on your palette. And so when you start painting, you can pick up any of the 3. Then as you paint, it will be not just one solid color, but has variations of the 3 combinations of these 3 colors. Fernando said, I have a lot of difficulty deciding what to paint and what to exclude based on the reference, especially in complex scenes like urban scenes with bushes and plants. Very good question. And this is exactly why or how we designed our courses to cater to these questions, specifically what to include, what not to include. For this course, the Traveler's Palette, with all 4 artists who are great in plein air painting, and often at plein air painting you have to make quick decisions and make judgment and not to include everything you see in front of you. So these are all very great designed courses, especially to target our needs and how to grow as an artist, how to paint without just copying the artist, right? So these are all experienced teachers. As you can see, Xiaoqiao Laoshi, she's giving you great tips here. This will be the way she teaches. She will also give you all the colors on the paper, the colors that she used, and she will do like a swatch. She's showing you various shapes because these are all organic, right? The plants are all organic, so they have irregular shapes, and she's just trying to demonstrate to you how to capture these irregular shapes and how to manipulate her brush to create the ends of the leaves, you know, suggestive small leaves. And also like a ball shape with spikes that's sticking out. So various plants. So I hope this is helpful. If you find her demonstration helpful here, you can give a heart or write yes or give a heart. Yeah, I see hearts. Wow, a lot of hearts. Great. Oh, so you see, this is the finished painting. Oh, the ground. So she's doing the ground, and then the sky. You can see where she is with the sky, and these are the pink, purple, the green plants, and these are the bushes. So it's very interesting how she dissects each part of the painting to dissect it into steps, and then from there she combined them into one painting. I think that's a great way of teaching and learning, isn't it? So how did you like it? Do you have any questions? Now would be the time to ask before we continue to the next step. Oh, I really love the way she teaches. This is the first teacher who really dissected one by one for beginner in watercolor. It's so true. Yeah. This is the very first time I've seen someone teaching this way too. But as you can see, she has years of teaching experience, and she has her own school with many teachers. First, you want to identify some shapes, the large shapes, or more solid shapes, such as the boat, right? The boat has a well-defined shape, whereas after that, you can add in the grass, the trees. However, the grass, the trees are organic, and they don't really have a well-defined shapes. So you can just draw in the characteristic of the contour of the bushes, the grass, and the trees. And very loosely. As you can see, she didn't wet her paper. She's drawing and adding water at the same time onto her brush, and let the water and color bleed into each other. So she started off with a light yellow, and then pink, and a bit of a purple. when you want to paint in the clouds in the sky, you have to pay attention to wait until the paper is half dry, and then you can add in a more concentrated color as what she's doing right now.
像下面这个天和水，它是倒影的部分，所以颜色接近的地方都是采用湿阶的画法，在湿的时候就把颜色接到一起，湿阶画法。
世界画法. So at the bottom, that is actually the water, right? But it's the reflection of the sky. Whatever sky color you see, you also see that in the reflection. And the way she paints it is also, she started with a wet on the dry paper. But as soon as she painted in one color, she goes right in to paint another color. Make sure while it's still wet that she can blend in another color at the same time. So then it becomes a very natural bleeding. When you put in the reflection in the water with the dark color reflection, make sure that the water in your brush is less, not too much water in your brush, so that it's a little bit more concentrated or drier. As you see, she started with the sky and then she painted in the reflection of the sky naturally as the second step, and immediately you will have to paint in the reflections that's created in the water, so with the darker color. And here you want to keep your brush open a bit. The tip is slightly open, pressed down to create that brush strokes, so it look like bushes or trees at the far end.
直接单独的一个颜色进行去调和，笔中呢顺着草的一个生长规律，由上及下。
Now she's adding in the grass, and you see how she pay attention at the brush strokes, starting from the top to the bottom to create that grass texture, the grass looking texture, right? And again, press the brush down a bit to make it open a bit.
我们在画的时候，上面的草还没有干的时候，就接下去第二层更重的部分，这样的话，画面中能够有变化。
So as you see, she painted right away the darker, stronger color. At first, it's just a very light green, the grass green, and then now she added some more muted color in the green. Make sure you add it while it's still wet. So as you can see, her trees or bushes colors is changing, right? Can you tell us why she's changing and what are the changes? Can you see anyone? Just put it in the chat room. You can see in the foreground, very close to us, is light green, right? Very saturated green, and then where she is now, it became kind of muted or more yellowish green. Anyone can tell us why she does that? You can unmute yourself to tell us and have a wild guess. Because of the perspective? Exactly, yeah, because you want to create the depth. So whatever is close to you is always as a strongest color, the brightest color or the darkest color, depending on the light of the sky, right, where it shines on. So to push back the perspective for things that are further away, you want to have a more muted color and not as saturated, not as bright. So the colors that are closer to the foreground are warmer, and the color that are closer to the background are colder in general, right? The cool and warm relations.
第一遍颜色下面已经基本上在快干的时候，我们应该更重了，就是把草的暗部的地方给垫上去，这样的话它就能够出来就空间呈现。
So also you want to add in some darker grass while it's still semi-wet. Now she's painting in the tree, the tall tree at the back. So she's saying how you will have to pay attention at when you paint the tree. Make sure it is stretched out to all directions. So not only painting from one direction, then your tree will not be as natural looking, because that's how the trees are. It has volumes, right? It has volume, and the leaves are leaning towards all directions. So she's adding the leaves and the edges that represents various shapes and various leaning towards upwards, sideways, downwards, right? So it's not just like a child painting where you will have all the trees going upward, the leaves going upward. That's how we will maybe paint a Christmas tree, right? So this is how why it's so important to paint your organic shapes in all directions. So now she's using a synthetic brush. She just changed her brush, if you notice, is to draw in the details, right? The details of the shape of the boat, because this part has to be, it's not organic, the shape. It has to be more accurate. But up until now, she has been using just one brush, does it all for the entire painting.
这个时候尽可能大胆一点，都是就把重的直接给它压下去，但是记住草它是在前方，所以在边画的时候一定始终要把草的位置去给它空留出来。
The boat is sort of sitting in the grassland, right? So you have to, when you paint in the boat, the shape at the bottom, make sure you leave some part of the grass, kind of doing the negative painting, right? To leave the tip of the grass, you still have to take care of that. Don't paint over it completely.
画面整体在画的时候呢，这个船就是我们视觉中心比较重的部分，所以它一定要压上去，这样的话画面中才能够有空间的呈现。
So as you can see, this is your focal area of your painting, right? So you can pay attention to bring the contrast and put in the darker colors, the darker tonal values in here to create that focal attention grabbing. As soon as you put in the dark colors, right away it catches your attention, it grabs your attention, because it allows the light color pop to squeeze out the light color. So you see the highlight immediately, the highlight of the boat, the surrounding area, the grass especially, right? So now she's adding in the darker colors for the grass in the foreground, right? And she's adding them randomly and not in a too uniform style. The boat has just popped out amazing, lovely depth. Yeah, especially after she added a few darker lines in the grass, right? Yeah, everything just went in so well.
写在水波纹的时候呢，尽可能走笔轴顺畅一些，可以理解为水是一个流动式的，所以在走笔轴一定要轻入轻出，然后速度相对快一点的进行运笔。
Just pay attention to how she treats the ripples in the water, right? She said that part you have to go very swiftly to use your pen and your brush in a very swift way and gently. Now that the grass area is pretty much dry, and then you can use glazing. You can use glazing to glaze over it with a lighter color or a warmer tone color. So if you know the technique of glazing is just with very diluted paint or mostly water with very little paint to glaze over it. This is the finished painting that she did. Wow. It's beautiful, isn't it? What do you think? Well, I see some hearts. Brilliant. It's very beautiful. Yeah, it's very atmospheric, isn't it? Very enticing painting. I saw somebody wrote, one of the best teacher I've ever seen. Wow, what a compliment. So if you want to dive deeper and learn more from Xiaoqiao teacher, I highly encourage you to take this course.